Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 126 of the Need to Nerd podcast. I am your host, Easy, and I am joined by the Wolverine to my Deadpool, Patty B.
How do you know that you're not the Wolverine to my Deadpool?
Which one do you want to be?
I don't know. I mean, you have more facial hair than I do right now, so like, you're probably the Wolverine to my Deadpool right now. But like, that'll change here.
Okay.
I'll get some back.
Well, speaking of your facial hair, you finished your run as Quasimodo, and
I did.
I have something to pop to celebrate.
Wow, that is a very colorful bottle.
So this is the new mimosa that they have here in the liquor stores in Utah. It is called Mimosa Opry Prima.
This is pre-made mimosa.
Yeah, it's a pre-made mimosa.
That's so nice.
So, I usually on the show am having some kind of mimosa-style drink, and I thought I would wait to pop this for my first time having it to celebrate your run.
So, that's wonderful. I just cracked a Monster. Does that count? Also, sponsor us, Monster Energy. We'd love to talk about how awesome your drink is. Not Monster, you want? Oh yeah, sorry. Rockstar.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
How was it? How was your run?
Shorter than I would have liked. My body is going to be thanking me to go back to like maybe doing some regular workouts and not just running around climbing and stuff and slamming on my knees. Yeah, last night we struck the set and like that was a pretty long night. I also decided to help my cast member move today, so it was
an eventful couple 24 hours for you.
It's been a long bit, but we did some fun stuff today, and I am excited to talk about all the things nerd.
So, as we said last week on the show, this week we're talking about Acolyte Season 1. Oh, wait. Nope.
Yeah, I was ambitious.
The binge master couldn't binge.
You know what? Like, I thought I would have more time on Tuesday and Wednesday, but I was just dead to the world, and I'm just glad I'm still here.
I'm glad you're here, too.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make fun of you because I think binging doesn't work.
It does, and I have so much more time this next week. I'm definitely going to binge The Acolyte.
We are going to talk about our Need to Nerd again this month. But before we do that, I want to give you a Nerd Fact of the Week because this just came out, as far as I've seen, that Deadpool and Wolverine has broken the record for the highest grossing opening weekend of any rated R movie. I think it was like $434 million for opening weekend. Beating out previously Deadpool and I don't remember the other one. But it also is the highest grossing weekend since Way of the Water. So our movie's back. We don't know. But we do know that this movie, people be going to it. How much do people be going to it, Patty B?
So much that even two nerds in Salt Lake were like, on a Sunday, like, let's go see a movie.
Yeah, and couldn't get good seats.
Yeah, it was the seats were like front section or bus, but like I would argue that even in like we could have sat. So funny enough, we got some seats. We sat in the wrong seats, but it was cool because the people whose seats we were in like sat in the like handicap chairs like in front because they weren't being used. So, like, but I would argue that
chairs for what it's worth.
No, I think we were supposed to be like front and down, like on that corner.
I'm 100% sure that they sat in our chairs.
Oh, I don't know. I would argue that either seat, like any seat in that theater, because it was Cinemark and it has the like recliners, so that you don't have to like hurt your neck while tilting.
Sure.
Like, is fine.
Fair enough. I thought it was just interesting the last movie that I saw this kind of attendance to was like The Hobbit. Like I just haven't
Mm.
seen a movie where like there's this many people in a theater and back to back showings. Like we were like, well, do we want to go in 20 minutes? And that one was even more full than the one that we were at. So pretty crazy. If you want to talk about movie theaters and whether they're coming back to life, head on over to the Discord. You can find the link in the show notes. Join our Discord. We talk about things like this. I post memes every once in a while. We have plays for puppy picks. We got fantasy sports section, things like that. Check it out, and then share the show. Help the people out. Share the show. Share it with your friends. Share it with your folks. Share it with your enemies. If you hate hearing my voice and you just want to punish somebody, make sure to share it with the people that you hate. And then. Don't forget that if you subscribe on the YouTubes and you're one of our first subscribers, within the first 1,000, we're giving away a Nintendo system with the newest Smash game. Whatever that new Nintendo system may be, if that's got the newest Smash game on it, we'll give that out. If not, we'll give it a Switch. And we love to give stuff away. So head on over. But let's get into our need to nerd. I'm gonna go first. Let's talk about the things that we're nerding out on right now. So, the other day, my son walks into my room. I think I mentioned My Hero Ultra Rumble a little bit on the last week's, or not last week. It was a while ago now. But I just mentioned like how it's something that I've been enjoying with my son, and he walks in after I had just been playing this game so much, and we'll get into why I've been playing this game so much later in the show. But he's like, "Man, Dad, you're like really good at this now." I was like, nah, I'm not good at this yet. And then about a week later, I'm like, okay, I'm like pretty good at this game now. Like, I'm not like great at this game, but from like where I started to where I am at now, like I really, really love this game. It is, for those who don't know, it is kind of the Battle Royale variant for My Hero Academia. And it is a complete blast. With constant updates, new characters being added. They just added Overhaul just this last week, and I'm just having a blast, man. I can't believe that I have this escape when things are not in the best place for other things that I enjoy, and I'm really glad that Maxwell turned me onto it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I will go on the Xbox tonight and get it loaded up on there. Nice. So that we can play some Ultra Rumble. It sounds fun.
What about you? What's your first thing that you're nerding out about?
Well, not much has changed over the last few weeks. While I was not able to do all of the Acolyte, we had like 2 episodes left on The Boys. So we finished The Boys season 4 or 5, whatever the latest season of that is. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it was exactly what I needed to shut my brain off and just see copious amounts of blood and violence. It was great. Really primed me for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Was it as good as the other seasons? Like, how would you rate this season?
Oh, it was very good. It was kind of weird because like there's this like ticking time bomb with one of the characters, and so it's kind of like a wild card thing that keeps nagging at the season, and like they have to address it. So I think it kind of pulls, but it's very topical and very violent. So
nice.
Yeah.
The next one we kind of share, you kind of have already mentioned it, but we went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine today. Next week we'll be adjusting the show so that we can do a full-on review of that next week.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me like some initial thoughts, like walking into the movie theater or walking out of the movie theater. What are your feelings? What are your feels, Neon? What are your feels?
It felt really good to be going into a movie theater again. I had been a staunch purveyor of attending the movies regularly for a while. We when I got cast in this role, we kind of like switched our membership from like because we had the like $25 a month unlimited movies at the Regal, which I think is still a pretty good value if you're going at a reasonable rate. If you see 2 to 3 movies a month, like it's definitely worth it. But since we weren't doing that, like we canceled that membership. But it was nice to like go and get a bunch of snacks and not feeling as good right now because that popcorn and stuff was the only thing I've eaten today. So yeah, not great, but worth it to like sit in a movie theater again and have that experience.
Dude, can I just say I've never been in a movie theater with heated seats before, and I pressed that button on accident and my butt got hot.
Okay.
At one point.
So they were actually heated.
Yeah, if you press the middle button on the recliner, there was 3 settings. I think it was off, warm, and hot.
Oh.
And I was like, what does this button do? Like, why? And I just pressed it.
Some like it hot.
And I was like, all I could think to myself was, I really hope the person before me did not have a warm, sweaty behind, like sitting on, or like did they disinfect these seats? I was like, this is so gross.
Yeah. They were really nice seats.
I get that people get cold in the movie theater. Like, I totally understand.
Yeah.
My wife is one of those people, but like, I don't know about the heated seats fan.
They were really nice seats. That movie theater, we went to the one at the Cinemark out in Harriman, and it's got a lot of new businesses, a few restaurants I actually do kind of want to go to. And so it was like brand new seats. It was really nice.
Yeah, except we didn't have our own armrests. That bugged me.
Yeah, well, this movie was so packed. Like, yeah, that makes sense. I can see. I think maybe in like the XD or some of the other like ones, like you get your actual own chair with 2 armrests. So,
for me, like this, I don't go to a lot of movies. I went to the Blue Lock movie with Maxwell recently, and that was really, really fun. I don't know. I there's something special about movie theater popcorn. There's something. I had like a large strawberry lemonade that I almost finished before the movie started, and that I had to go and refill because I was so thirsty. But I gotta ask, how was the chimichanga? What is it called? The chimichanga?
Yeah, it was like a chimichanga
chaser?
Coke
The
chaser.
chimichanga
Yeah,
chaser? How was it?
I think it was just cherry vanilla Coke. Like, but it was good. I was like, I dove full in. I was like, oh, they have a branded thing for Deadpool Wolverine as far as like a soda option. I'm definitely gonna try that.
And was it as good as the movie?
It came close.
Okay.
It was harder for me to. Ironically, it was kind of harder for me to drink it because of the angle. Like, I would have to like adjust my chair.
Oh, I was adjusting my chair so much. I'm sure that the guy behind me was like, "Why is this guy moving his shirt?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna spill lemonade on myself."
Yeah. Well, I spilled some on myself, so I am that guy.
Rookie mistakes.
I know. I should, and I'm the one who's gone to the movies a bunch. This movie was so freaking good. I have to just say, they went back to a fantastic. The opening credits for this scene was very much like Deadpool 1, and it was so good. I laughed at all the bits.
Dude, I feel like we were in a packed theater. I feel like we were the only ones laughing.
Yeah. There were some old people behind us that were like complaining and griping about the movie as we were leaving. And I was just like, what do you in my head? I'm like, what do you expect when you come to a rated R like Deadpool movie?
Yeah, there are some people online that have been complaining about this movie, and I'm just like, what literally what did you expect when I walked in? I literally got to my parents' house for family dinner after the movie. And they're like, "Oh, what'd you go see?" I was like, "I saw Deadpool." They're like, "Oh, how was it?" I was like, "Well, like I am not one for gore, so like the Deadpool movies are not my favorite. But like I laughed a lot. It was good. Like
I forget that part of the movie is not your favorite.
Oh yeah, I mean
there was so much gore.
Yeah, there was a lot. But honestly, Ryan Reynolds kind of makes it worth it. I was telling my brother, he's like, "What's the premise?" I'm like, "It's just a letter to Deadpool. Like that's what they all are. It's not. There's not really much more to the movies than Ryan Reynolds wanting to make a really fun movie about Deadpool. Like that's what these movies are, and this one was a lot better than Deadpool 2. So
yes, I would also concur. We'll have our full thoughts next week.
Yeah. Next up for me is like college football 25. I'm in dynasty mode with the Ducks. For those who just kind of want to know what it's like and there's a couple things I want to talk about with college football 25. So the first one is last time we recorded, I showed that it was downloading, but I had only bought the game. I did not buy the
you didn't go premium?
I did not go premium. And luckily there was a 1 week or like a 10-hour or something not even a demo, just like a preview that you could play that your progress would save it over. And I was probably never going to have time that week to play more than 10 hours anyway. But I want to talk about the price that people are willing to pay for like 4 days of early access, just really quick, because the game is already almost $70, and y'all are paying $100 for 4 days of early access. And I'm just saying, like, when you do this, it encourages and tells the studio that you will pay $100 for a video game. So now, in the future, when Grand Theft Auto is released, it's gonna cost $100 because you guys are doing this. Stop paying $100 for a video game, or else all the good video games are gonna be $100.
Stop.
Just like, wait 4 days. Wait 4 days. You paid $30 for 4 days. Listen, the game.
That's crazy. That's wild.
The game is really good. I think it might be the best sports game ever made.
Wow, that's pretty big.
The thing is that they did it right, and I've everybody knows everybody's feelings about EA, how they really effed up Star Wars so many times, and this is what I felt like as a kid when I would pop in an EA Sports game. And it would be like EA Sports. It's in the game. And like it is there's gonna be a lot of nostalgia on this show this week. It is like nostalgia running through my veins that I need. But also like they did it right. Like there's a couple of things that are like a little bit whack, but like they're gonna continue to update the game, was one should. Like kicking on an opposing field is nonsensical. Have you seen the videos?
I've seen some videos.
It's nonsensical. It's like, what? This is stupid. But yeah, it's funny though, because like so often it's just correct to either go for it or go for two anyway. Like mathematically, that like you don't really notice that often. But also the computers are really hard. Like really hard, which is always
in the college. I've heard
games.
That like Heisman mode is like impossible.
I literally play on freshman mode, and then like I'll go play the other modes and stuff, and like it's fine. Like, but like I'm trying to get records here, man. I'm trying to build a dominant dynasty. But I did get to play with Maxwell, and I beat him like 80-14. And he had a blast. Like his 2 touchdowns meant the world to him. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
What's your next one?
Well, so something that has happened, that has started since the last time we talked about our need to nerd, is the Olympics. And wouldn't you know it, but all right. My wife and I, for a bit, are pretty big Olympics fans. Her more than me. Like, so what is it? Why are you angels in the outfield?
I'm an eagle.
You're an eagle, huh?
God.
I'm gonna get this out of the way. I can't like eagles, man. Philadelphia or otherwise.
Here's the thing, man. My favorite thing about like the American eagle that people love so much is that's the sound that they hear. It's a red-tailed hawk. That's not an eagle.
Not even. Yeah, eagles are have a wimpy sound. It just looks really cool.
Anyway, keep going.
So yeah,
we watched not like Utah. Our state bird's a seagull. That thing's just a trash panda in the sky.
They are. So are pigeons, though. There are a lot of birds that are kind of like that, but I digress. The Olympics have started. Basketball's in full swing. Soccer is going. We watched some gym. So we struck the set last night, right? And I got home at like 1:30, 2 in the morning. And we like ended up just starting to watch some Olympics to kind of die down. Some gymnastic qualifiers like early this morning because it's in France, which sounds kind of cool. Like doing a show about France and talking about the Seine and then like all the stuff happening over there. It's pretty sweet. Love the opening ceremonies too, by the way. I know there's also been a lot of chatter on that.
I didn't hate him for the reason that the internet hated them.
Yeah.
I just thought the boat parade was boring. And I also thought that I didn't like Lady Gaga's
I think it's cooler than just like a track.
I didn't like Lady Gaga's number. I didn't like...
Didn't like Gojira?
No, I thought it was really... Celine Dion crushed it.
Yeah.
I have a question about the balloon. Is the balloon still floating? What are they doing with the balloon?
That is a good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. For those who didn't
watch the opening ceremony, the torch lit, the brazier that was lit was a hot air balloon to give credit to the hot air balloon being invented in France. Super cool idea. But as it's going up, my wife was like, "Where is that going?" I was like, "I'm sure it's on a cable, like
to the moon."
Like it just kept going up. I was like, "Is it on a cable? Is it not on a cable?"
You were supposed to put it on a cable.
That's the joke I made.
No.
I literally made this exact joke to my wife. I looked at her and said the exact... I was like, "Did you remember to connect the cable?"
I love that. Just watching it go up like, oh, I'm fine.
We're in trouble.
I'm in danger. Oh.
So that's my next thing that I've been nerding out on. The other day, Maxwell and I played My Hero Ultra Rumble while watching France versus Brazil in basketball. This morning, my kids woke up. They go downstairs with my wife. Like, "Can we watch a show?" And she's like, "No," and turns on gymnastics. And it's like we're watching gymnastics. And by the way, the reason we watched France is Rudy Gobert is Maxwell's very favorite basketball player. Yeah. So I translated go France, all these sayings for him to go downstairs and say to my wife. She's like, how are you learning this?
Vive la France.
Yeah, it's so like France in basketball is our number 2 because of Rudy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watched a little bit more than the first half of the
Serbia game today?
The USA game today, yeah.
Dude, that was a wild game.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No.
Oh, you didn't need to. What was crazy, I'm like, for those who know, basketball is my favorite sport. So like Olympic basketball is like, I love it. I also do the documentaries on Olympic. I need to go watch the one for 2008 because I've actually never seen it. I gotta find it because like,
is that the one where Kobe, like I've seen clips where he's like, like, I'm gonna check Powell.
That's that one. Yeah.
Everyone's like, what?
Yeah, that's that one.
Your teammate, bro.
Yeah, it's But like it's so
he
fun.
was so
Also,
good.
I love Dwayne Wade doing commentary for these.
Mm,
He was
mhm.
doing commentary for the French Brazil game, and I
Yeah.
was like, I literally said to my, I can't tell if these Brazil players are short or not because Rudy and
Wemby.
Wemby make everyone look tiny together.
Oh, they're so tall.
And then, like, I don't know, it was like somewhere in the second quarter, Dwayne Wade says, I literally can't tell how tall these players because of Wemby and Rudy. Like, I actually don't. They all look 6'2". And I was like, I just said that to my wife.
Yeah. Like, great analysis.
Oh, he also pitched somebody coming to Utah live on coverage.
Oh, love that.
Which was great.
I love that so much. That is a good sports team owner.
Yeah. You got a spot in Utah for you if you want to come.
I mean, also talking about Olympics in Utah, right? Like, we got that 2034 bid for the Winter Games here in our beautiful city. So that's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I think it'll be valley-wide, though. I think they'll probably make new stuff because, like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, the Olympic Oval still runs. For those who know, Utah did the 2002 Olympics. And we still have the Olympic Oval. Like, a lot of places, they, like, can't reuse the stuff that they build for the Olympics. That actually hasn't been true in Utah. Like, the Olympic Oval, like, it's expensive to get ice in Utah, for example. Mm-hmm. Just because we don't have a lot of ice rinks. So, like, we'll actually probably... And the thing is we're going to need more, as like I'm sure that they'll do the junior Utah hockey teams. They'll need rinks out here, so like we're gonna have things that we are building for ourselves that will get to be reused for the Olympics. It's crazy to think we didn't have the Maverick Center was like the only ice rink in Utah.
I saw a game down in Provo.
I mean back in 2002.
Yeah. I saw a Swedish hockey game played down in Provo. I think
for the Olympics.
Yeah, for the Olympics.
That's what I'm saying is that Salt Lake didn't have enough ice, so it'll be really interesting. I hope that our snow keeps going the way that it's been going the last few years, because
definitely going to need to. That's going to push forward our Utah Hockey Club stadium as well, like having a premier level type of rink.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Yeah. Anyway, this is about the Summer Olympics. I didn't just watch basketball. I watched some fencing today. Also, huge women's soccer fan in the Olympics. I am all about it. I remember, I think it was Beijing, where they, like, the first 3 minutes of the game versus Japan, I think it was the gold medal game, they scored like 5 goals in like 3 minutes, and it was the craziest thing I had ever seen. I'm just gonna pull this up really quick.
Yeah, that's women's soccer is always great, and it's nice to have something that we can all agree on. I know that things are tenuous at best, culturally and politically in our country, but like having something like the Olympics to
was Beijing 2008? What was
Beijing was 08? Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't have been this one then.
Maybe it's a different year. Yeah. Athens, maybe.
What was the 4 years after there would have been 12. It wouldn't have been 12. So it would have been 16. What was the 16? Where was the 2016?
London, I think.
I think that's right. Oh, but we didn't win that in.
No.
Was it the World Cup? Did we win the World Cup?
It had to have been a World Cup. That also screws, but like with like time and stuff, because I think because Japan had won the Olympics.
No, Germany won that year. It was the World. No, we didn't win. We didn't win there either. I gotta find this game now. I gotta look this up. Either way, watch.
If you know what it is, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, if you know which game I'm talking about, it was the craziest. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. Like, they just completely destroyed Japan in this game. For what it's worth, on the note of like the Olympics and like like why I'm enjoying it so much is it is like it is a chance to be patriotic about something that we all get to unify on, right? And like, it's funny, like a lot of people, maybe are disengaged right now and they're not feeling patriotic, and I think there's a lot of reasons for that. But I do think that like that one thing that I feel is that when we can come together, we should. And yeah. Nothing felt cooler than like seeing LeBron, the excitement of like LeBron James being a flag bearer, and like the people that were excited to be around, honestly, like this megastar that they've idolized, that like probably helped them become the athletes that they were in a lot of ways, other than Noah Lyles, who probably is like, I should be the flag bearer. But I don't know. I think it's so cool. I plan on watching the breakdancing. I can't wait to watch Jimmer Fredette win a gold medal on 3-on-3. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Should we move on to our next needs to nerd?
Oh yeah, baby. So my next need to nerd. Well, let's talk Magic. I'm excited for Modern RCQ season. I know that like we've got some news coming up in the news section about Magic bans and stuff. But I'm excited to now that I'm not doing a show, like maybe have some Saturday mornings where I can go play some Magic. Even though like Modern is not my favorite format, like especially now with all the nod do dominance. But like I don't know how many people, for what it's worth, in our area actually have that deck. And with the bans kind of looming, so it'll I find it as like kind of this challenge to like have fun and figure out what I want to do for that format.
I also am excited about Magic and the fact that we get a new standard rotation.
Dude, otters, baby.
Yeah, I do. I am so excited about otters. I haven't booted up Arena yet. I guess it's technically not out on Arena yet.
Not quite.
I think it drops Wednesday on Arena, if I'm not mistaken.
Tuesday.
I think it's Wednesday. I mean, you're probably right. You probably know better than I do. I'm stoked. Like, I love standard rotations. I love standard. This standard was really fun. We had good ramp decks. It was just an amazing standard format. If you're like a competitive Magic player, I played past the RC, past the season. It was a really, really fun standard. And I think that it will go down as like a beloved standard for a lot of people. But it's a new time. It's a new day. I'm excited for the future. As far as a Modern RCQ season, I'm really, really excited to start going in September.
That was smooth. I loved your enthusiasm for September Modern Magic.
It's going to be so good. I already bought an entire deck. Plus, it's 2 decks. I bought Gruul Energy and Gruul Prowess. They share so many of the same cards. Sure. I'm excited for that. I think that, like, for those who know Matt Patty, I mean, we talk about it every once in a while, but like we are competitive Magic players, and we obviously went to Vegas together to play in the Vegas SEG. I'm kind of sad that we're gonna miss the. I think there is a Seattle Laughing Dragon coming up that I won't be able to attend, but it's Magic. Magic really does feel like it's back from a competitive standpoint, and yeah, I think that the new set is really cool. Check out Constructive Criticism, my other podcast. I do a pick 2 set review, and I can talk a lot about otters in that one. So
yeah, It's there's a lot. There are a lot of cool cards. I must say, this format does look pretty aggressive for what I'm like
the
kind of
limited format.
gauging. The standard, I think. I think the standard. There's like so many more aggressively slanted cards, and like
Nice.
this Otter Storm thing looks pretty sweet. So it'll be cool.
What's your next one?
Binging the Acolyte this week.
Okay.
So we can talk about
It's
it.
really not going to take you that long.
I have 2 weeks to do it because we're going to talk about it. We're doing Deadpool next week.
You're really not going to need a week. Like it's 8 episodes, and like
is it only 8? I thought it was
half
10.
of them are 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Like
Great.
It's literally like 2 movies worth of content.
Cool.
It's not that much. Dude, I'm so excited to hear what you think. I know that some people are like, it hasn't been renewed. Some people are like, it's going to get renewed. And I just think that Disney hasn't decided yet. But I think that it will get a second season. So.
Yeah.
It better too.
Yeah. Because this is like High Republic time, like, so they can do some of the like Dark Plagueis kind of stuff.
I'm sorry that was spoiled for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
it's like 1 second of screen time. So
yeah. I'm on the internet.
I'm sorry that was spoiled for you. That really sucked. Did you know who Darth Plagueis was before that? Other than like
you heard of
I was gonna say other than the story of Darth Plagueis. Like, have you read Plagueis?
No.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's not canon anymore though. People. It never was. Anyway.
Strong feelings.
I will talk about it during that episode.
Those are Sith feelings.
Dude, I've never claimed to be a Jedi.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm more of the gray.
Yeah.
That's a line from the Acolyte. Or wait, no, it's not. I'm more of something in between. That's Bindu. That's the Bindu. Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway. I got here. Catch up on My Hero Academia on your list.
Yeah. I haven't watched it in a bit, and I feel like the dubs are catching up, if not all the way caught up with the
one behind as of yesterday.
How many episodes? Well, you're my source of information here as the aficionado of My Hero Academia. How many episodes are there, and how many episodes are set for this season?
I don't know the answer to number 2.
Okay.
And also Crunchyroll is the worst and tells you just the episode number, not the number of episode.
Yeah.
But my quick math says that we have done 11 episodes so far.
Okay.
And that 10 of them are dubbed.
Cool.
So
it's been like 19, 20 in some of the other seasons, right? Like it's been the standard.
It's almost always 20. I will say that episode 10 is the one where they switch music.
Oh, okay. So it's like that. That's kind of their mid-season thing, right? Yeah.
So episode 10 is when they switch to the music. So it could be 18, 19, 20 episodes, somewhere in there.
Sure. Cool.
Where are you at? Just out of curiosity.
It's been a while since we've touched it. I think we got through like episode 5, where we.
I think you told me this, and don't say it on. Don't say it on the podcast. You found out who the traitor was, right?
Yeah.
Or is that Abe? One of you told me that.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
You let me know.
Yeah. I think I commented on the Bakugo scolding Mirko for being so aggressive.
So you're way past that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, luckily they're only releasing an episode every 2 weeks right now, so
yeah,
you're golden.
Sweet.
I'm still looking for a new thing to watch with my wife. We watched. I finally watched episode 2 of the live action One Piece last night, which was really interesting. Because the One Piece live action doesn't directly follow the anime, for those who don't know. And we're like, I think we said on the show, like we're like 22, 23 episodes into the anime, maybe a little bit more than that. We are, I'll say this, we are to the point where they get their boat. I think we're like 2 episodes past that. And so episode 2 is when they fight the clown in the live action. And it was really good, but it makes, all it made me want to do is just keep watching One Piece with my wife, where we're at on One Piece, less so than watch the anime or the live action, because the live action deviates and I think spoiling stuff for me in the anime. This is hard. This is hard, Patty B. I don't know if you know how hard this is for me.
Yeah, I know you don't like spoilers. I see. I have not watched any of One Piece, the anime, but we watched the whole One Piece season 1 live action back a while ago. So
I think it was like this time last year, almost, right?
Yeah, like right when it came out. So
yeah, we watched the first episode after we had already done the arc that the first episode covered.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's so much in episode 2 that we're like sitting there looking at each other like, what is happening? Right? Who is this guy? That's a phone? She has a phone? Like, there was so much stuff we were like, what is going on? So I want to go back to your comment about spoilers, though. There's a really good reason to hate spoilers. So I'll give you an example. Somebody dies in episode 11 of the season of My Hero. Something like pretty important.
Oh,
that was spoiled for me a long time ago. And so I've been waiting for when this person dies for 2 seasons.
Dang.
And it's like takes away from the show for me. Like I'm like, is this the moment that this person's in this fight that this is gonna it's harder, I think, with manga and anime, right? Where like you're taking from another source material. But I feel like people are usually really good at not spoiling the manga for anime watchers because they understand that relationship, that we're not all manga readers. And some people are not good at it. Some people are just actively bad at it. And I don't know. I would just encourage our listeners that if you're a manga reader, I'm going to become one. I'm going to get a subscription so that I have something to do on my tablet in bed and stuff, or on my phone. Like, just respect that dynamic. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
That being said, I am looking for something new to watch with my wife. She started watching Smash again. And I was like, oh man, I wish you had told me before you did this. I probably would watch Smash with you. Like, that's a thing. That's getting a musical, and one of the things that people are wondering is, it's Smash the musical about the show, or is it the musical that Smash is creating? Which is really interesting. And then my last thing is a whole new sound. Patty B.
A whole new sound.
That's not the tone the music's in.
Yeah.
So what is the...
Sorry. A whole new sound. Classic punk pop music.
You're just trying to be Blake right now.
Yeah.
I don't even know that Blake is on the album.
I don't think they are. But the 2 songs that have been released are fantastic.
So they dropped the single for Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Simple Plan. Also, Simple Plan opening a pop punk Disney album with their single first. What a great way. What a great way to start. Like, it's absolutely... it's so funny, because I made a post that they should bring back Punk Goes Pop, and they should do it Punk Goes Pop Taylor's version. And they should literally just do Taylor's version. People are like, do you know they're doing this with Disney right now? And I was like, yeah, I do. But like, we don't know the song list. We don't like they're being so quiet about it. And like, the second one they do is Eye to Eye. and it is
Magnolia Park, right?
Magnolia Park, and it is so good.
They're so talented.
It is so good, Patty. And
Yeah.
like, I don't nerd out about a lot of things, but like, you give me Disney and pop punk together, made by Disney, produced by I don't understand how I'm in this timeline and so lucky.
Are you saying that Disney understood the assignment? Like they know their base?
Apparently they did, because have you heard that song?
It's so good.
Both of them. The first one I was like, this is good. Like, this is classic Simple Plan. This fits them so well. Like, I want to know who the producer is that's like picking these bands for these songs. And like the arrangement, oh my gosh. Oh.
Spencer's having a moment, guys. It's all right.
When I saw that single come out for Eye to Eye, I was like, if this is bad, I'm gonna go into deep dark depression. Like, I'm not gonna be okay. Like, I'm not gonna be okay.
It's peaks and valleys on the bell curve. You're either like the most happiest person of all time, or you're just the most espresso depresso.
And then when it's dun 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 dun, I was like, oh my gosh, it's good. Oh my, like, I didn't need to hear any more. It was like that soon. I was like, this is it. This is gonna be so freaking amazing. And then I probably listened to it like 200 times since then. The song came out for what it's worth 48 hours ago.
Yeah, it feels like it was like yesterday or the day before. 200
In case you're wondering what I was listening to on the way to Deadpool and Wolverine on repeat. On the way to my parents' house on repeat. I'm having an ADHD moment with this song right now.
Dude, those are so real. I will listen to something, if it's a good song, for like a week.
Here's the thing, man. I don't usually do it because I try to okay, if I listen to this too much, I will never want to listen to it again. So it needs to be like every 5 songs. Like, I need to make a playlist with it on it, where I want to do this with all of the songs on this playlist. But it is so good. You got one more, and that is sleep. Your next need to nerd is to sleep.
Your boy is ready.
Dude,
your boy's ready to get some good rest.
15 minutes left of this podcast. Should we?
I know. Yeah, your boy is ready to sleep though. Like, I don't know if I can stress like how much like I am.
I'm happy for you.
My body's like ready to be like done with that show. Even though like I feel like it was a super short run, and like I'm glad I was able to help move people, and I'm so proud of that work. But like, man,
dude, me too. Especially because this mimosa is like pretty good. So
yeah,
you got to do more shows.
Great. Yeah, you got it, dude. We'll see what I can do about that.
All right, let's move on to nerd news. We're talking about the news in the nerddoms. We already hinted at some of this stuff, but Magic the Gathering will not have a ban before August 26th. I'm going to let you go first, Petty B. How do you feel about this?
So I'm not as... I'm more upset with the presentation of it, and, like, I just kind of don't like their PR guy, Blake. Like,
I love Blake.
Okay.
I think Blake is great.
I have not been a Blake fan for a while.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
But, like, it's okay. Like, not everyone is everyone's cup of tea, right? But, like, the way that Wizards has chosen to present, and a lot of times it's not even, I don't even have to, like, blame him, right? Like, I'm shooting. I feel
like you're shooting the messenger a little bit here, but.
Yeah. But, like, the presentation of that, like, the reason we had the stuff before, right, was, or the intention of, and I don't even think we got one with MH3 as far as like the scheduled ban and restricted announcement. Like, so the fact that we didn't have one for that. Like, Nadu is a problem, and they're not going to fix it. Like,
Oh, they're gonna fix it.
Not before August 26th. And I don't know. I don't know, man. I'd like. It gets me worried that it will just be a thing, or they'll just ban Shuko, and it'll still be.
They're
good.
gonna ban Nadu.
Yeah,
I guarantee you. If they do not ban Nadu, if they do not ban Nadu, I will eat a fetch land on this podcast.
Wow. Okay. Great. I'll look for you.
This is not CCMTG, so I can say whatever the heck I want.
Yeah.
Because like I don't have a show run time that I have to abide by. I don't have a tone of the show that I need to abide by.
Sure.
I think this is the dumbest, stupidest decision.
Yeah.
And I have not been public about this for what it's worth. I made my tweet thread about like, this is why the decision doesn't make sense. Here's the people that it hurts. Here's why it hurts me personally. I think that this is stupid. Competitive Magic is back. Like, people are going to your RCQs. People are excited about them. You're entering the world's alleged favorite format. I don't believe that that's true anymore. And I think this is just a huge miss. And I don't know. It honestly, if you watch the video, Blake keeps looking over to obviously read something. Like, he's been told.
Yeah, he's got a briefing that he's reading.
And I don't know who wrote it. I don't know who is in charge of these. I mean, listen, I know a lot of people that work at Wizards at this point that I've met personally, that are friends of my friends.
Yeah. And
like, every time something happens, they are the ones that, like, I don't know. RCQ season starts, I think, in a week. And it is almost a full month where I know of multiple players that will just not play that whole first month. That we're not, myself included, I'm just literally not playing in this format. And it sucks because, like, there's events that I want to play in from my friends that own game stores. I'm not doing it. Guess what? It's not my friend's fault. It's Wizards' fault. And, like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to be pressured into playing in a bunch of events that I don't want to play in to support my local game scene when I don't want to play the thing. Like, that's bad for my mental health, and I'm not going to do it. And I'm also not going to encourage other people to do it if they also don't want to do it. So I know of a large group of my very close friends that are just refusing to play. And I don't blame them, and I'm joining them. So
yeah, maybe I mean it does kind of for friends that own game stores, it does kind of suck that we have the expensive one scheduled first.
Move your thing.
Just looking here, yeah. Like, I really want to see if that, like, premium $100 one.
I think Nick should move it.
Yeah. Do, like, maybe move the free one?
No, just move it.
There.
Just don't have any until Nadu is banned.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll see about that, because, like, I could also see, like, if we get 5 players, like, I'm going to try and take advantage of the fact that people are upset with Modern and, like, with the Nadu to just, like, get qualified and be done with it. You know?
Let's move on to some happier news. Marvel changes Avengers Kang Dynasty to Avengers Doomsday. There was a lot of announcements from Marvel. We got dates. We got San Diego Comic-Con is obviously, I think it's ending today.
Yeah.
But lots of Marvel announcements. This one was probably the one that was anticipated. They were either going to announce basically a new Kang, or they were going to change this film.
Yeah.
So, this is funny to me, because this always seemed to be the right thing to do after the Fox acquisition.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird this wasn't where we started. And like maybe I'm misunderstanding. Did the Fox acquisition not happen before the pandemic?
Fox acquisition, I think, was in the works, but I think
so it
part
had
of it.
So I guess my question is: did Loki come out
Mm-hmm.
before or after the Fox acquisition?
You're like Loki season 1?
Yes.
That's a great question.
2021.
Yes, I think it was like a simultaneous type of thing. No, so
it was not.
Loki came out in November of 2018.
This says Loki season. Oh, this is season 2. So okay. Well, there's our answer. The Fox acquisition was completed March 20th of 2019.
So it was, but COVID happened.
So then COVID happened, but they had to already have the King plan in place,
right? For that, and all that stuff was in the work before COVID. It looks like the 2018 thing was when they were started in development. It released on July 4th. It's June 9th, 2021. For Loki season 1.
Okay, so I was right.
Yeah. So, but so it technically happened before. If it was in development from 2018, and Fox was acquired in 2019, that's where
it's hard to make the shift. But at some point, you have to get in a room with people and you say, "All right, we now own all of the most popular Marvel franchises that we didn't create. We now own the X-Men, we now own the Fantastic Four, and we now own Spider-Man."
I think they had just like planned so many.
They don't own Spider-Man, but
they're working with Sony.
They have X-Men and the Fantastic Four now. The literal. It's funny because like obviously Spider-Man is so connected to the X-Men, and I think the Fantastic Four and a bunch of and Deadpool. Like,
they're gonna have to bite the bullet one of these days. I don't know how.
Didn't they make an offer? I think the Sony turned it down.
I think they need to make a better offer because they're Disney.
What is Sony supposed to do?
I don't know.
This is like their money maker.
How many more like Madam Webs do we have to have?
I'm gonna watch that, by the way. That going on, I think Netflix. I'm gonna watch it. I'm excited.
Yeah, that and all the Morbiuses. I hope. I have really high hopes for the Craven thing, but like.
I gotta ask. I have never seen any of the Venoms because I figured they'd be a little too gory for me. But
I don't think so.
Is this shift where I did not watch Quantumania? I didn't watch Loki season 2. I have to ask: is this shift from King Dynasty to Doomsday? Depending on, my hope is that we get a new Fantastic Four before then, right? My hope is that
was one of the announcements this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con was.
But does it come out before?
Steps. Let me see. I've got my Nerd News stuff up here. Fantastic Four First Steps. There was a react there at Comic-Con stuff.
Because this is May of 25, right? Or 26? May of 26.
Tell me. It doesn't tell me. Fantastic Four First.
It was on when they did the full panel. It was one of the 4, right?
Oh, it's 4/4 day. Happy 4/4 day, July 25th, 2025.
Okay, so it will come out first. Yeah, I mean, what do you think?
Yes, the date was really released at Comic-Con. It's funny because.
Are we burying the lead? Should I say the other part first?
Kind of. I think it all matters. I also think it's funny that today, one of the fourth wall breaks was talking about how Marvel's in a low point.
Yeah.
Like, so that multiverse stuff was like super planned out and like they had done for the Infinity Saga, right? They were trying to do the same type of thing, like planning out years and years and years, and strikes and pandemics happened, and this acquisition happened. So I am excited for the changes. I don't know if I love the like story, like the premise of this Fantastic Four movie, but like I know that now that it's in Marvel's hands, that it should. Sorry, it should be better than the ones that were released by Fox.
To be fair, I liked the first Fantastic Four from Fox.
Yeah, yes,
Silver
100%.
Surfer sucked, and like that sucks. But I don't know. I thought
I didn't hate the other one either. Like I love Miles Teller and Creed Killmonger. He played Infinity or Human Torch.
Are you talking about Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan. Yes, I'm like, come out. And yeah, so like that one didn't upset me as much, but like everyone hated those movies. So,
well, let's talk about the internet. Has already gotten upset about this one because they love to hate everything that ever happens, and that is our Doctor Doom reveal from yesterday. What happened, Patty B?
Dude, it's funny. You asked me, you're like, "Hey, did you watch Acolyte?" And I was like, "Nah." Good. That means we can do a Need to Nerd episode and talk about this. And you shared the video with me of this Doctor Doom reveal. They changed the title of this Kang Dynasty movie to Doomsday, and they revealed who their Doctor Doom is going to be. And it's a familiar face that we all know and love. The man, the myth, the legend, come to save Marvel again. Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing Victor Von Doom.
So this is the thing I want to talk about. Did you see his pose as he took off his mask?
His pose as he took off his mask. Oh, he did the I am Iron Man like.
No, that's the pose he did when he revealed the missiles.
Oh, right, and just destroyed everything. Yeah. The weapons testing. Yeah.
And there is one apparent comic book timeline where Tony Stark is actually Doctor Doom.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see that's what they do as Tony Stark Doctor Doom, right? This variant type of thing, or if like, yeah, he's just Victor Von Doom, and that they've played around with a little bit of that, right? With the filming of Endgame, they did the whole like strange Iron Man swap thing where it was like Iron Man was the Sorcerer Supreme, so like. I don't know. People are saying it's like a cash grab kind of thing, like an easy choice.
I don't think that's true.
I
don't think you can pay him. Yeah, I don't think you can pay him to come back and then call it a cash grab, right? Like, I just there's going to be 3-4 more movies to even build up to this that all have to be successful. And then you have.
Well, I think he's going to be part of this Avengers Doomsday.
I do too. That's my point.
And the Fantastic Four movie.
That's my point. Is that it can't be a cash grab because you're going to pay him what, like $300 million to be in.
By cash grab, I think it's like, oh, come see this movie because Robert Downey Jr.'s in it. Like that's the cash grab. Paying the actor is not the cash grab. The cash grab is like.
I understand that. I'm saying why the idea doesn't hold up because like. The budget has to be so big to have him reprise, whether he's reprising Tony Stark as Doctor Doom or whether it's some weird timeline in which a guy that looks just like Tony Stark is Victor Von Doom. You still have to pay Robert Downey Jr. to be in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm glad he's back. Like he's a very talented. It's like he's this very talented actor that like you'd be happy to have in any movie. So, like, and I heard a take about this that I really resonated with, where they do this in comics all the time, right? Like they'll have different artists come back or reprise their roles. They'll do these different storylines. This type of stuff is not uncommon. So I'm back in. I'm back in on Marvel.
Me too. I might go watch Loki season 2. I might go watch Quantumania.
Loki season 2 is really good. Quantumania is.
Like season 1.
Oh, did you not like season 1? I can't remember that. Okay.
No, I didn't. I just wasn't as. I thought the only one of the 3 that I really loved. So I really loved WandaVision up until like the witch stuff, and I was like, this is stupid. This is so dumb. Then I really liked. I don't know. I watched all of Loki season 1 and thought it was fine. I think that's how I would describe it. And then I loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought it was just absolutely one of the best TV shows I've ever watched. So,
yeah.
Let's move on now. Let's talk about Game of Thrones spinoff, The Hedge Knight. It's a 2025 release date.
Is that the Aegon? That's not the Aegon the Conqueror.
No. So this is one that was announced a while ago as a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms was the name of the spinoff. And the Hedge Knight has been its new name, and it gets a release date next year. So we won't even have to wait that long between House of the Dragon finishing and this show coming out.
Oh, that's cool. Is it a Tale of Dunk and Egg story?
Yep.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Cool. That's great. I didn't know this project was a. I know that they had talked about like a Dunk and Egg story, but like I hadn't heard any news or any update really on that. So that's cool. Yeah. George R. R. Martin. Yeah, keep making TV shows. Just finish your freaking book, buddy.
That also was announced. Should we talk about the release date for that?
Oh, no. What? Hold on.
Before you keep talking your trash.
When's the winter release date?
Yes. Is in fact going to release January. Wait. What?
Or sorry, Song of Ice and what's the Game of Thrones? Yeah, I can't remember the name of the.
Yeah, you messed me up now.
Release date. Sorry.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I was like, I don't know. We got a Song of Ice and Fire. No, that's one that is. Oh, sorry. Winds of Winter is the book that is.
I know, but it says.
Finished.
Oh, I see. It says the original release date.
Yeah.
He says that he should be done November 2023, and then I swear somebody said it's done. In November 23, Martin indicates the number of pages written is the same year before. Oh, he's struggling with it. Oh, well.
He was on Talking Thrones a couple weeks ago.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Game of Thrones podcast.
I'm just wrong. I thought that somebody... Maybe my TikTok just messed with me. Just mess with me. Let's talk about your next one, which is the Rings of Power Season 2 trailer. You say you may give Season 1 another shot, and I have to understand. You didn't finish Season 1?
No, like I got lost in the sauce in the first couple episodes, and we didn't finish it. So I might give it another shot.
Loves it. She's so excited for Season 2. And the thing is that the thing that I think that Amazon did really well with this, that people hated, that I really loved, is they just said, throw away your preconceived beliefs about like the canon, the things that are going on. We're making our own telling of this story, and this is our version of this story. And I wish people did that more. Like, it's how Disney got famous. It's literally how they did it. So like, go for it, Amazon. Go for it so hard. I'm so excited for season 2.
That's awesome. Yeah, we got like a little peek to it at Shelob, like a young baby spider.
Nice little baby spider.
A little baby spider. So yeah, that'll be cool. The reason I'm willing to give that a shot too, right? Our conductor for the orchestra, famous TikToker, like Nate from Sasha and Nate, and he is a huge Lord of the Rings guy, and so we were talking a little bit about that this weekend. So,
and my last bit of news is that esports has unanimously been added to the Olympics. I don't know if there's going to be a third Olympics that will have summer, winter, and esports, but they had a vote on adding esports to the Olympics, and every single country and representative voted yes.
That's great. That's cool. So yeah, I wonder when they'll like.
I don't know the
kind of every 4 years for each of those.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's on like a 3-year cycle. I don't know. That's interesting. Whole new territory, but that is a huge announcement.
Yeah, and I can't wait. Having actual world champions represent their country. This is something that Magic the Gathering did for a little while. They changed their world structure to have a Magic World Cup, and I loved it. And I can't wait to see what esports are included, how it's done. I think it'll be phenomenal.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Maybe Arena will be added. Ooh.
Dude, I'd fight for that spot.
Yeah.
I would.
Cool.
We plan our episodes every 2 months, so if you want to suggest a topic, leave a comment, whether it's on Spotify or YouTube or whatever. Let us know what you want us to talk about. We'd love suggestions. And then leave a review, Spotify review, Apple review, give a like, whatever it is. Patty B, where can people find you?
They can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at PattyBMTG. And then, I'm starting to, I added some of my cast members on Instagram today, so that was fun. Maybe I'll post a little more on there too.
You can find me at Heezy Game on Twitter. You can find me at Spencer13Heezy on TikTok. You can find the show at NeedToNerdPod on Twitter, as well as I believe it is NeedToNerdPod on TikTok. And I plan on going back to posting to there. I've been really bad about it. I feel really bad, but I plan on doing one forever. So this week, you can expect to see me go a little bit deeper on my feelings about Doctor Doom. So,
Doom!
Next week, we'll be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine and Patty B. I hope you have some sweet dreams. I love you, man. Congratulations again on your run.
Thank you.
And we'll see y'all next week with another episode of Need to Nerd. That's not the button I meant to press.